Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to yet another live session by TalentSprint, which will help you enhance your preparation for your IBPS PO exam that is due in the middle of October. Now I hope your preparation is in high gear because you just have about a month left for this highly competitive exam, and these 30 days to come or 35 days to come, depending on your date of examination, are going to play a very crucial role in your performance on that day. So make sure that you use the available time in the best possible way and maximize your preparation. Trust me, whatever be the subject, quantitative aptitude or reasoning ability or English language, practice is the only shortcut. The more you practice, the easier it gets, right? You will be able to reduce your imperfections and aim for a higher score, right? More importantly, you will be able to walk into the examination hall with confidence. I'll tell you what decides how you're going to perform. That moment when you're going into the examination hall, a few minutes before the start of that time, the emotion that runs in your head and heart at that point in time tells you how well prepared you are, right? And I think it's very important to be confident at that moment. If you're confident at that moment, you will be able to do well, right? You will naturally be able to do well, right? And if you feel dicey at that point, if you're not sure of how you performed or how you have prepared, then things are going to fall apart. So to get that confidence, you need to practice a lot, right? You will be happy. You will be feeling good that I have done enough practice in my preparation time to be able to do good. So I think it's very critical to walk into the examination hall with that confidence, and practice gives you that necessary confidence there. Now today's discussion is going to be on a very interesting topic, that is coding and decoding. It's a part of reasoning ability section of your exam, and it's a common topic across many competitive exams. Now unfortunately there is no direct method or technique that can give you the answer to questions on coding and decoding, right? What usually happens is, now the type of questions under coding and decoding have changed over the years. There were days when you used to get a word which can be coded in a particular fashion. You need to identify the logic behind that coding there, right? Decipher that logic and apply that to a new given word and find out the required answer or questions of that format. But in the recent past, we have seen some typical questions coming in, which again are based on a logic which is hard to decipher, right? So the unfortunate part with coding and decoding is there is no formula that you can apply. There is no method that can definitely give you the answer. It's about trial and error, and it's very important to get this in your head before you attempt such questions in the exam. If you have the feeling that I should solve these questions, I should get 5 on 5, and if you have that mandate for yourself, then it becomes difficult. Remember, even after solving 200 questions, 300 questions, you may not be able to crack what is given in the exam in coding and decoding. And sometimes, you might not have practiced at all, but then you get 5 on 5 in the exam. It all depends on getting that right logic at the right time. Same is the case with number series in quantitative aptitude, right? There's no method, there's no formula. You may or may not get the answer. Trial and error is what is required here. So very important to understand this fact, and very important to have a strategy based on this, right? Now, do I say, or am I saying that you should not solve questions on coding and decoding in your exam? You should not attempt questions on coding and decoding exam? No, I'm not trying to mean that. What I'm saying is, give it a shot. Maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds at best. If you think you're coming close, or if you are getting the answer, go ahead with it. Otherwise, just leave and move to the next one. Very important. Skip is not the strategy. Skip is the strategy for questions on puzzles, which I usually talk about. Here, I'm not asking you to skip it. I'm asking you to try it definitely. 30 seconds, 35 seconds. It'll kind of give you a sense if it is easy to crack or not. If you're able to do it, well and good. Otherwise, just move to the next one. All right. Now, for you to be able to get the logic in those 30 seconds, you should have practiced enough number of questions, right? You should be flooded with ideas at that time, and the right idea should kind of cross your mind. That can happen again only with practice. So let's get started. I think I have a few questions for today's discussion. One is one question format that I have is easy to solve, right? You understand the meaning of the given symbols and then answer questions, and questions are actually based on sort of time and distance, or rather time-based questions. Then the next set is something where we have no clue. You just have phrases given with the codes. Each word has its own code, and the code has a number, a symbol, and a letter. Each of those elements, the number, symbol, and the letter, has its own reason to be there, right? You need to identify that and then answer those 5 questions. So let's start with the first one, a simpler one to to get started with this discussion. Then we'll take up the other one that we have talked about. So presenting the first question to you all, which is on your screens now. Look at what it says. In a coded language, symbols A, B, C, @ hash, and percentage are represented by 7, 6, 3, 11, 2, and 4 respectively. So basically 6 symbols or 6 combination of letters and symbols basically. A, B, C, @ hash, hashtag, and that percentage, which are represented by 7, 6, 3, 11, 2, 4. So wherever we have A, it means 7. When you see hash, it is 2. When you see percentage, it means it's 4. Right? Now when any 2 symbols are used together, the first symbol represents the hour hand and the second symbol represents the minute hand of a clock, on a clock. Now this is interesting. So when 2 symbols are used together, the first one indicates the hour hand and the second one indicates the minute hand of a clock. For example, if you see A percentage, now the first symbol according to the question indicates what? The hour hand. Now A is equal to what? A is equal to 7, so 7. So basically your hour hand in the clock is on 7. And the second symbol, percentage, second symbol represents what? The minute hand. Second symbol, percentage, actually means 4. So your minute hand is on 4. That's what it means, right? The minute hand is on 4. Now look at this. It says A, this is 7, let's say, and the longer one, which is the minute hand, is on 4, right? So if this is the clock, what is the time? What time it indicates? It indicates 7:20 p.m. Right, 7:20 p.m. We all know this. So basically a combination of 2 symbols indicates the time, where the first symbol represents the hour hand and the second symbol represents the minute hand. Likewise, we have percentage V. Now see the same thing, same or similar symbols, but the time would change. Percentage is what? 4, we have already understood that. So now the hour hand is on 4 and the minute hand B indicates 6, minute hand is on 6. So 4 and 6 would mean 30. If the minute hand is on 6, it would mean 30, so it's 4:30 p.m. Now whether it is p.m. or a.m., I think we need to check, but 4:30 is the time. Numerically 4:30 is the time. Okay, all time considered at p.m. Consider all times at p.m. You're getting it? So very easy to follow. There is a minute hand and an hour hand. The 2 symbols together indicate hour hand and minute hand respectively. All the times are in p.m. Yeah, so here percentage B means 4 and 6. So your hour hand is on 4 and minute hand is on 6. What is this? 4:30, right? This time indicates 4:30. So 4:30 p.m. That's it. Now you'll be able to answer the questions easily. So this is not, I mean, of course, symbols have been used to explain something. So there is a coding involved. But after you have understood this logic, it's no more coding and decoding in my view. Now it becomes a standard time and distance or general arithmetic aptitude based questions. For example, you see, if A takes 30 minutes to reach a railway station, A here is a person, by the way. If A takes 30 minutes to reach a railway station and his train's departure time is at B @. Now we need to identify what this B @ means. Then at what time should he leave to reach the station 5 minutes prior to the departure time? So first and foremost, we need to identify what this B @ indicates, right? The departure time. The departure time is B @. B @. Now think of this. B is 6. B is 6, right? B is 6 as it is. @ is what? @ is 11. Now if your minute hand is on 11, it indicates how many minutes? 55 minutes, right? I mean basically multiply by 5, right? You know that the whole circle here is divided into 60 minutes, right? And there are 12 such intervals, so each would be 5 minutes. So 11 into 5, 55. So can I say it is 6:55 p.m.? Like when it was 7 and 4, 4 into 5, 20. So 7, 4, 5 is 20, 7:20. When it was 4 and 6, 6 into 5 is 30, right? So we said 4 and then 30 minutes, 4:30 p.m. So B @ would mean 6:55 p.m. 6:55 p.m. So basically A takes 30 minutes to reach the railway station. His train is going to depart at B @, which is 6:55 p.m. At what time should he leave to reach the station? 5 minutes prior to the departure. Now, if he has to leave, if he has to reach 5 minutes prior to the departure, he should reach at what time? His reaching time his reaching time should be what? 6:50. Yes or no? The train is going to depart at 6:55. He wants to reach 5 minutes ahead of that, so he should reach at 6:50. It takes 30 minutes for him to reach the station. So at what time should he start? He should start 30 minutes before this. So he would start at 6:20 p.m. 50 minus 30, 20, 6:20 p.m. So he should start at 6:20 p.m. Yes or no? So this is the departure time, his reaching time, and this is the starting time. Now 6:20 again is not available in the options directly. It has been coded further. So change this into the required format. 6 is indicated by what? B. Yes or no? 6 is indicated by B. So it should start with B. Answer has to start with B. Look at the options first. I think, yeah, either it should be BC or B percentage. Now if it is 20, then the minute hand should be at 4. What is 4? 4 is percentage. Yes or no? So B percentage has to be the answer. Option 5. B percentage, option 5 would be the answer. I'm glad that many of you have got it right, and it's a very simple and straightforward question, right? So that's one question type, partially from coding and decoding. Anyway, we have 2 more questions in the same set, so let's quickly go through those 2 questions and then we'll jump to the real coding and decoding, where there is no clue about the logic behind the the way coding has been done. Anyways, here's the next question. Try this now. A person is traveling from Mumbai to Delhi via a train which stops only at Jaipur for 45 minutes, and for the rest of the journey it travels consistently. His train reaches Delhi at A at the rate, and it took 3 hours from Jaipur to reach Delhi. From Jaipur to Delhi. So at what time does the train reach Jaipur? Again, a very easy question, provided you work on the timings properly, right? First and foremost, at what time did it reach Delhi? A at the rate. It reached Delhi at what time? A at the rate. Now understand what is A at the rate. A means what? 7. At the rate means what? At the rate is 11, right? At the rate means 11. 11 is 55. So 7:55 p.m. Yes or no? So basically the train reached Delhi. His train reaches Delhi at A at the rate, 7:55 p.m. Now it took 3 hours from Jaipur to Delhi. It took 3 hours from Jaipur to Delhi. So if it had reached Delhi at 7:55, can you tell me at what time did it start from Jaipur? 3 hours before, right? Because it takes 3 hours. It takes 3 hours to reach Delhi. If it has reached at 7:55, it should have started at 4:55 from Jaipur. Yes or no? This is starting time from Jaipur. Jaipur start time, this is Delhi reach time. Okay. Now, we also know that the train took a halt of 45 minutes at Jaipur. The person is traveling from Mumbai to Delhi, which stops only at Jaipur for 45 minutes. So if it stopped at 45 minutes before starting from Jaipur, it should have reached Jaipur at what time? 55 minus 45 at 4:10. Jaipur reach time. You're able to follow. The train is going from Mumbai, right? From Mumbai it reaches Jaipur at 4:10 p.m. 4:10 to 4:55, 45 minutes break. And from 4:55 to 3 hours, it reaches Delhi. Now what is the question? At what time does the train reach Jaipur? At what time did it reach Jaipur? 4:10 p.m. 4:10 p.m. Now again 4:10 has to be converted to the required code. So 4 is what? 4 is percentage. The answer should start with percentage. I think, okay, we have 2 options here, either percentage C or percentage hash. So 4 and 10. 10 meaning the minute hand should be at 2. And 2 is indicated by what? 2 is indicated by hash. So percentage hash is the answer. Option 5 again, percentage hash. Alright, so that's how you answer this question. Now I can see one comment here that this is time consuming. Is there a shortcut? There's no shortcut. I think you either do this or just leave and go forward. And there's no point in leaving such questions, right? Very easy to solve once you know once you understand the logic behind that time conversion. And I think I would also mention that it's taking time because I'm explaining it to you, right? When you do it yourself, you will save half this time, right? Half of this time, and you can also avoid writing all these steps on paper. All right. Now the last one from this set on your screens now. Try and do this. Now let's try and do this mentally, right? Instead of putting so much of writing on paper, right? Try and do this mentally. A person catches the train at B percentage from the station, and the train will reach its destination at A hash. Then how much time does the person spend in the train? Now this is pretty straightforward. Find out what is B percentage, what is A hash. The difference of these two is the time that the person spends in the train. Now B percentage, B is what? 6. So 6 percentage is 4, so it should be 20. 6:20 p.m. the train started. A hash, A is what? 7. 7, and hash is what? Hash is 2, so 7:10. 7:10 p.m. That's it. So he started at 6:20, he reached at 7:10. How much time did he spend? 50 minutes. Option 3 is the answer. As simple as that. 6:20 to 7:10. That's like 10 minutes short of 1 hour, right? I mean, 6:20 to 7:20 would be 1 hour. You are 10 minutes before that. So 1 hour minus 10 minutes, 50 minutes. Option 3 is the answer. So I think really easy to solve there. Yeah. Okay, I think now we'll quickly look at that other set which has become very popular in the recent days, right? Many bank exams for POs as well as clerks have got this format. Now this is similar to what we had been getting, those pretty old days, right? There is a phrase given to you and it's code. Like for example, let's say I'll pick up the phrase from this question itself. Joining conspiracy against party. Joining conspiracy against party. In this question it's given as, so it says joining conspiracy against party is written as 10B25 hash 7I 7 hash 5025 at the rate 7Z 20%, right? Pretty complex. But then earlier there used to be these questions, right? Joining conspiracy against party is coded as Mala Sapa, MALASAPA, right? Likewise, we have got 3 or 4 phrases and their respective codes. How do we solve those questions? You have to identify the common words, pick up the common codes, and do the mapping. And eventually you figure out all the codes and then answer those 5 questions. Very easy, but here it's not that, because every phrase is a combination of different words, new words, right? There are new words in each phrase. So direct mapping would not help, right? You have to actually identify the logic in coding, let's say joining as 5025 at the rate. Why is joining given as 5025 at the rate? Only when you understand that logic, you'll be able to answer the questions. Otherwise, you can't do anything about it. So when it comes to such type of questions, which is like on your screens now, I would suggest spend about 30 seconds trying to understand the logic. If you get it, you have 5 marks in your hands. Otherwise, you have the next question in your hand. As simple as that. Okay, so try this out. We say study the information and answer the following questions. In a certain code language, the code granted them is written as 7F4 percentage, 4S 13 at the rate, 3S $5, 5B 20 hash. Likewise, members of outlawed communist joining conspiracy against party. So we have been given codes. Now, based on this coding here, you need to find out till now many prefer radio. What is the code for radio in the given sentence according to the code language? So I leave you with this for about, let's say, 2 minutes. Try and understand the logic. Once you get the logic, we will take up the given question. So there are 4 or 5 questions, 4 or 5 such questions, all based on the same data. Try it out. How do we code the words given here? First of all, what is the code for the word the? What is it for quote? What is it for granted? And what is it for them? And then why is it so? Once you do that, you are through. Any idea? I'll wait for 1 more minute before we discuss the solution. Alright guys, so the time is up. Now I'm not sure how many of you have been able to crack that logic there, but this is what you're going to face in the exam, right? I mean, most likely such questions would be asked. Now what do? Don't feel bad about it. I mean, spend 30 seconds like I said, otherwise just after that move to the next one, right? There's no guarantee at all. There's no formula that can give you the answer. It all depends on what has been thought to code it in that fashion, right? You may or may not get it irrespective of the number of questions that you have solved. But practicing more and more on such type of questions would make it easier, will improve the chances of you getting the logic there, right? So do practice, but don't go mad on solving such questions, right? Or don't try to take it to heart that ye to karna hi hai, right? Doesn't work. If you get it, fine. Otherwise, there are other questions where you have a proper method. Like there could be questions on syllogisms. There can be questions on coded inequalities, blood relations, directions. These are questions where we have a proper method, right? There's a concept that can be applied to get the answer. So let's work on those questions first, than wasting our time here. Now let me go back and explain you the logic. Please don't question me and on how I got the logic there, right? I know the answer. Honestly, I did not get the logic when I tried it. Trust me, when I solved it for the first time when it was given to me, I couldn't crack it in of course, I tried it for about 2 minutes, not 30 seconds. I'm being very honest. I tried for 2 minutes and I didn't get it. And I left it. Why? Because I know I would get the answers. I mean, I would know the logic behind it. So don't question as to how I have got it. Even I couldn't do it and I would have left it in the exam. But it's good to practice. So here we go. Question is on your screens here. Let me now explain you the logic. I think a few things that you must quickly do is, it may or may not work, but most of the cases it works. Count the letters, number of letters in each word. Maybe that will help you connect somewhere. Like for example, this is a 3-letter word, quote is a 5-letter word, granted is a 7-letter word, and them is a 4-letter word. The moment I do this, I'll look at these codes now. You see we have got 7. So if you observe, each code has got 2 numbers, 1 letter and 1 symbol. 2 numbers, 1 letter and 1 symbol. 2 numbers, 1 letter and 1 symbol. This is a 2-digit number, by the way, 13, right? Then there is 5, there's 20, there's B, and there is hash. So 2 numbers, 1 letter and 1 symbol. Now the immediate observation I have is all these 4 digits that I've got, 3, 5, 7, 4 are available in one of the other code. Like for example, I've got 3 here, I've got 5 here, I've got 7 here, I've got 4 here. So maybe I've got the first connection. I know the first connection. The first element of the code is the number of letters in the word. The first element of the code is the number of letters in the word. If I want to be sure about it, maybe I can check the other ones also. Like members is a 7-letter word. It's a 2-letter word. Outlawed is 8 letters. And communist is 9 letters. So 7, 2, 8, 9. We have 9, 2, 7 and 8. Yes, perfect. So I at least now know that each code will start with the number of letters in the given word. Now, do I need to worry about the remaining elements? Well, it depends. For example, let's look at this question first. Till now, many prefer radio. What is the code for radio in the given sentence according to the code language? I am not worried about other words. I am just looking at radio. Radio's code should start with 5. Look at the options. Okay. Unfortunately or smartly, the examiner has put all the options starting with 5, so it doesn't help. it doesn't help. I can't answer this question, right? With this much of data, it's not possible to answer. So we'll have to proceed further. But let's assume if all the options are different starting numbers, I could have easily marked the answer. Of course, none of this is there, which is still risky, but you know what I mean there. So 5 is the starting point. Now, what else can be done? Think of this letter, F, S. So now I know that them, the word them is coded as 4S13 @ So 4, I know 4 is the count of letters. What could be 13 according to you? What is 13? THEM, if I look at the numerical positions, T is the 20th letter, H is the 8th letter, E is the 5th letter, M is the 13th letter. Okay, so maybe 13 indicates M's position. Now for me to be sure about it, I should verify other words. Let's take the word quote. We have already understood that the code for quote is 5B20 hash. 5B20 hash. So if M's position has come here as a second number, then T's position should come here, and exactly that is what we see here. T is the 20th letter, so 20 has come here. Now in that case, in the word granted, the second number should be 4 because it's ending with D, right? So basically what are we taking? We are taking last letter's numerical position. M is the 4th letter, M is the 13th letter, T is the 20th letter. So likewise here, in this case, in granted, the last letter is D, so it should be 4. So the code of granted should have 4. Yes, it has 7, and the other letter you see, other element is 4. Likewise in the word the, it is a number, it is a code starting with 3, this one. But the second number should be the position of E. E is the 5th letter, yes, E is the 5th letter. So now we know about the second digit as well. The second digit is nothing but the position of the last letter in the given word. Second digit, second number, it could be 1 or 2 digits. Second number is the position of last letter. So if I look at radio, what should be the, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a 4-digit code, right? 4-element code. The first element is 5. What should be the third element? Yes or no? There's a number, letter, number, symbol. Number, letter, number, symbol. So number, here some letter would come. Here's the number again and symbol. So what could be the number according to you? The number here should be the position of O. O's numerical position in the alphabet. What is O's position? 15. O's position is 15. Right? So 15 has to come. Now look at the options. All options have got 15. Doesn't help. Okay, so the numbers are not helping. Now we'll have to work on the letter maybe. So why do you think S has come here or B has come here? Let me copy the other ones also. Maybe it will give us some idea. Granted should be 7F 4%, and then the should be 3. What is that? 3S $5. Okay, so we have already understood the logic behind the numbers. That's done. Let's now understand the logic of the letter. Okay, so what do you think is the logic? So them has got S, quote has got C, granted has got F, the has got S. S is common, you see, S is common in two cases. What is common in these two words, them and the? Both are starting with T. So if you see, T minus 1 is S, right? T minus 1. You understand what is T minus 1, right? T is the 20th letter, minus 1. 19th letter is S. Here also maybe T minus 1. So basically it could be the first letter minus 1. So G minus 1. What is G minus 1? F. Yes, fits perfectly. C minus 1, B. Perfect. So the letter is the preceding letter of the first letter in the given word. What is the first letter in the given word? Granted. What is the first letter in the given word? Granted, G. What is the preceding letter? F. What is the first letter in the given word? C. Preceding letter B. First letter T. Preceding letter S. T, S. So it should be R here. R's preceding letter. What comes before R? Q. So it has to be Q in the answer. Right? Now look at the options. Fourth option and second option gets eliminated. B and D gets eliminated. It could be SQ15 ampersand, SQ$15. We still have to work on the symbol. I think the first question itself is going to help us with the whole logic there, right? Not just numbers and letter, but also the symbol. Now, what could be this logic in symbol? What could be the logic in symbol? I think another observation is the same set of symbols have been used everywhere. You see percentage, at the rate, dollar, hash, at the rate, hash, dollar, percentage, hash, dollar, at the rate, percentage. So what I observe is the symbols are all the same everywhere. Percentage, at the rate, dollar, hash. The same symbols have been used in all the 4 phrases. So what do you think could be the logic there? For example, let me work on this. Joining is what? A 7-letter word. So what should be the code for joining? It should be, okay, I can't just do with joining. So because there are 2 7-letter words here. Against is also a 7-letter word. Party is a 5-letter word. And conspiracy is a 10-letter word. So joining will be 7. And it should have I, 7I. So could be this. Yeah. So joining is basically 7I, $7. Members is what? 7L, $19. And the is what? 3S, $5. Now one observation I have is the first letters, all the first words, not the letters, sorry, all the first words, the, members and joining, all 3 of them have got dollar as a symbol. So maybe it is based on the position of the word. Let me verify for the second words also. The word quote has got what symbol used? Hash. Quote has got hash, right? Quote is 5B20 hash. The word off has got what symbol used? 2N6 hash. And the word conspiracy has got what symbol used? Hash again. It's 10B25 hash. So I think the first word always has what symbol? What is that symbol we found? Dollar. The second one has hash. Now we can identify the third one also. What is the third one? Granted, right? 7 may we have used percentage. And the fourth one, I think the fourth word has got what symbol? At the rate. Yeah. So the symbols are in this sequence: dollar, hash, percentage, at the rate. Meaning first word will always take dollar as a symbol. Second word will always take hash as a symbol. Third word will always take percentage as a symbol. And fourth word will always take at the rate as a symbol. Now the only challenge with this is, this would work if and only if there are 4 words in the given phrase. And luckily all the 3 phrases have got 4 words, right? The court granted them, members of outlawed communist, joining conspiracy against party, all of them are 4-word phrases. So if it is a 4-word phrase, I can apply it. Where the first word will always take hash, dollar, second word will take hash, third one will take percentage, fourth one will take at the rate. But look at this. Till now, many prefer. While the words till now, many and prefer are not required, the count of those words is required. Radio here is the 5th word. And I don't know what the symbol is for the 5th word. I don't know what the symbol for the 5th word would be. But I can be sure that it is not dollar, because dollar is for first word. So C is eliminated. Now answer is either A or E. See, it cannot be dollar or hash or percentage or at the rate. So maybe I go for A, option A. Or I mark option E, none of this. Strictly speaking, I should pick up 5th option, none of this. Because if you see, what is the question? It says, what is the code for radio in the given sentence according to code language? What is the code? I don't know according to the code language. According to the code language, I am only restricted to 4 words. But the given one is a 5-word phrase. Suppose it says, what could be the code? Or what can be the code? What can be the code for radio? What can be the code for radio? Option A can be the code. This is a possible answer. It's not a definite answer. You understand the difference? So I would mark option 5E as the answer. Option 5E is the answer. Now, having done all this, you may wonder that how do we understand all this in the exam? That's what I told you. Not possible. I mean, actually not possible, not likely that we would be able to link so many things in those 30 seconds or 1 minute. Of course, if you could get it in 1 minute, then it gives you 5 marks. Having known the logic, answering these questions would be very easy. Yeah. But getting to the logic itself is time consuming, right? What are the different things here? The count of letters is one of the elements. Every word has got a 4 element code. The first element is the count of letters in that word. The second element is the preceding letter of the first letter in the given word. X minus 1. The first letter is C, so the second element in that code will be B. Yeah. The third number is the numerical position of the last letter of the given word. And the fourth element is a symbol which depends on the position of the word. If it is the first word, then the position, then the symbol would be $. Second word, then the symbol is going to be hash, and so on. So it's clear that you would not. It's not easy to understand all this in the exam. But if you can do it in, let's say, 1 minute, 5 marks. It should be easy to solve the questions now that we have understood it. So it's up to you. It's up to you. These are like these questions are very attractive. Attractive in the sense tempting basically, right? You feel tempted to go and attempt it, right? Or try it. Maybe you'll get it this time. It's like gamble, right? You keep putting your money, assuming this time you'll win. So the analogy is you keep investing your time, assuming this time you'll get the logic, and you end up losing all your precious time there. So you should maybe spend more time on this, but after you're done with the remaining questions in the exam. Give it a try immediately. If you can get in first 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or even 1 minute, well and good. Otherwise, don't waste your time. And let me also tell you, sometimes the entire code is not required. Sometimes the questions are so easy that even if you can identify one of the logic there, or one of the elements, the questions will all get answered very easily. Okay? Let me take up the next question. Let me show you one more question. Same logic. I think now that we have understood, let's answer this easily. Now this is not required, because every word is independent, right? Of course, now this is not required. You know the logic, so we don't have to go back and check this. What is the code for rising normal? Let's identify the code for rising. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-letter word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both the code should have 6 and 6. 6, 6. Yes. D is eliminated because it has got 6 and 5. B is eliminated. Okay, see, and since none of this is there, we'll have to anyway do it till the end. By the way, there are only 2 words. Let's say the sentence has got only 2 words. So first word should be what? I'll just go back. First word is $. Second word is hash. Just go by that. It should have $and hash. $and hash. Check. $hash. $hash. No, doesn't help. I mean, I've changed the sequence of positions there, but yeah. So this is $hash. So this is percentage $. So this is eliminated. You see? It's got percentage in $. So this is eliminated. So either option A or option E. Next, I think one of the logic was the position of the last letter, right? So G is the last letter. Here L is the last letter. So G's position is 7. L is 12. So 7 and 12. No. So option E has to be the answer. None of this. Yes or no? It should be G $7 and G hash $. No combination is correct here. Here we have 6 and 6, 6 and 11. We need 6, 7 and 6, 12. Here it is 6, 12 and 6, 7. Yeah, but the symbols are different. So I think all options get eliminated. Option E is the answer. Option E is the answer. Remember, the symbol is just based on the position. The first word will always have $. Second word will always have hash. Third word will always have percentage, and the fourth word will always have @. That is frozen. Now, how do we get this? The examiner has decided this. There's no other reason behind that. Now, this is the next question here. Try this. Try this. Some of you say C is correct. Let me just check that. How is C correct? 1 second, let me just quickly check this. Why? How can C be correct? Okay, let me go back. Did we not decide that the symbol for second word is hash? Second word is quote, right? Quote had, yeah, hash, of, hash, conspiracy hash. It can't be. The second word's code has to be hash. The second word should have hash as a symbol. So how can C be correct? C has $ and percentage. Wrong. C is also wrong. E should be the answer. Okay, now the last one here, interesting. This time we need to identify the word from the given code. So if the code of the sentence they forward dash is so and so, then what could be the missing word? What could be the missing word? Understand, it's a possible type question. He's asking us to find out the possible missing word. Yeah, let's find out. First of all, what will be the code for they? It will have 4. Then since it is the first word, by the way, third word, sorry, I'm just going back to refer to the symbols. $#% in that sequence. So this should have dollar, this should have hash, and this word should have percentage. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's already there. Why am I doing it? So this dollar wala code is for they, hash wala code is for forward, and of course percentage wala code is for this one. So now I know that the missing words code is 5R5%. Listen, the positions of the word has helped me identify what is the code for this missing word. The code for they should start with 4, of course. The code for forward would start with 7, of course. So the code for the missing word should also start with 5. That's clear. 5 meaning it is a 5-letter word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-letter word. All are 5-letter words. We cannot do anything about it. Then R. How do we get R? See, if the code has got R, the first letter should be R plus 1. Yes or no? Because we had understood that first letter minus 1 will give you this element. Go back. What did we learn? For example, conspiracy, the first letter C minus 1 will come in the code. So C minus 1 is B. You see in the code we have got B here. 10-letter word, so 10 followed by B. What is B? B is coming from C minus 1. So in the code if it is B, then in the actual word it should be B plus 1. Likewise, in the code if it is R, in the actual word it should be R plus 1. R plus 1 is what? S. It's a 5-letter word starting with S. The moment you know it's a 5-letter word starting with S, option B and option D get eliminated. It can be smoke or stone. Can we do anything else here? Yes. The other number is 5. That 5 indicates the position of the last letter. So meaning the last letter of the word is the 5th letter of English alphabet. Now what's the 5th letter of English alphabet? E. So the last letter of the word should be E. Now it can be smoke or can be stone. We cannot do anything about these 2nd, 3rd and 4th positions. Percentage means it is the third word. That's done. 5 indicates the last letter should be E. This 5 indicates there are 5 letters in the word, and this R indicates the first letter has to be S. So all I know from the given question is that the word is a 5-letter word starting with S, ending with E. So smoke can be the answer, stone also can be the answer, which means option E, either A or C. You should say either A or C. A or C. Option E is the final answer. Alright, so I think we'll stop here. Oh, there's one more question, I'm sorry. Let's take up the next one. What is the position and actual word in the sentence if the code for that word is 7D20 @. Now you know what is the position and actual word in the sentence if the code for that word is 7D20 @. First of all, @ indicates what position? Go back. @ indicates 4th word. Okay? @ indicates 4th word. So answer should have 4th. So A gets eliminated. Yeah, B has got 4th, C has got 4th, D has got 4th, and E of course says B or D. That also is possible. So position will be 4th. Actual word. How do you know the actual word? Same stuff. 7D20 @. So there's a 7-letter word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-letter word. So check elephant, ELEPHANT. This is a 6-letter word, 8-letter word. Yes or no? 7 indicates there are 7 letters in the word. Here we have got 8 letters, ELEPHANT. So option B is eliminated. Doctors has got 7. Yes. Elegant has also got 7. So C and D still are correct. I mean, might be correct. E also is eliminated because E says either B or D. B is anyway wrong. So either B or D is gone. Okay, 7-letter word. D is the letter, meaning it should start with E. You understand? This is E minus 1, right? The first letter minus 1 will come here. So first letter is E, E minus 1, D comes here. 20 indicates the position of the last letter. 20 is what? 20th position mein what do we get? T. In the English alphabet, the 20th position is occupied by T, which means the word ends with T. Yeah. So option D has to be the answer. It should be the fourth word and it starts with E, ends with T. So possible answer is elegant. Yeah. Alright, one more. Look at this. Now he says joining conspiracy against party is risky has been coded as whatever 5Q25 exclamation 10B 25 hash and so on. Then what's the code for the sentence? I rushed to the exam center. I rushed to the exam center. I think I will mark none of this because the given phrase has got 5 words. It has got 6 words, sorry. Yeah. 6 words, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also we have got 6 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would know what the symbols would be. Exclamation, hash, dollar, ampersand, percentage, at the rate. But there cannot be 2 hashes. So this is eliminated. I'm trying to eliminate the options if there's any way possible, right? The hash indicates what? Hash indicates one position. There cannot be 2 words in the same position, right? Go back. You understand the meaning of each of the symbols? Hash indicates the second word. So how can there be 2 second words in a phrase? Symbols cannot repeat. That much is clear, right? Similarly, here hash and hash again, eliminated. Here hash and hash again, eliminated. What? This is easy. Option E has to be the answer. I do not do anything. I'll first work with symbols. By working with symbols, I found that symbols are repeating. Symbols cannot repeat, right? Can the symbols repeat? They can't. All the options have got double hashes. Not possible. So A, B, C, D all are wrong. Option 5, E has to be the answer. Yeah, that appeared to be a complex one, but it's a sitter if you attack the right element, right? If you start with numbers or letters, then it might get complex. Anyways, so the point is, the moral of the story is that there are these type of questions on coding and decoding where we don't have a formula to understand or to decipher the logic. You have to do a trial and error. Try with 2-3 ideas that you could get. If it is giving you the perfect logic, you have got 5 marks. If it is not giving you the logic, even after spending 1 minute or around 1 minute, then you skip these questions. Park it for the last part of the exam, right? Don't spend more time there, because if you have not got in the first 1 minute, you may not get in the next 10 minutes as well, right? May or may not get. But do you want to take a chance? Obviously the answer is no. So just park these questions for the end of the exam and move on, right? Remember, this and number series in quantitative aptitude and these puzzles in reasoning section, circular arrangements, linear arrangements, complex assignments, floor based puzzles, blood relations based puzzles, whatever be the type, there's no method. And when there's no method, there's always a risk attached to it. So you park such questions for the latter part of the exam. First solve those where you have a definite method. I think that's the most important shortcut or technique when it comes to reasoning section. Choose your questions wisely, right? Pick up the right ones where you have a definite solution, definite process, definite method to follow, and then go for the other ones. All right, on that note, let me close the session here. Thank you all for joining us. We will keep doing such live classes till your IBPS PO exam and for the other exams to come. So do subscribe to our channel and maybe hit the bell icon so that you get reminded about all the updates that we have for you, right? The video updates as well as the live class updates. And don't forget that we have released a 50-day study plan. Rather, we had released a 50-day study plan a few weeks back, and I'm hoping all of you are following that plan to keep up your preparation for this IBPS PO exam coming in the middle of October. Okay, all the very best. Keep practicing and do take very good care of yourselves. Bye.